Tests for the presence of anions continuation. We still want to understand what is in this chemical. By this time, we are not using barium nitrate, we will use lead nitrate. Lead nitrate will always test for 4 anions: sulfates, sulfites, chlorides, and carbonate ions. So if lead nitrate is acidified and the solution remains white, then sulfate ions and chloride ions are present. But if it is not acidified and the solution turns white, then sulfate ions, sulfate ions, carbonate ions, and chloride ions are present. Basically, the acid is used to remove or decompose the sulfite ions and the carbonate ions. Let's check out. Into your potion. This is my potion. And 3 drops of lead nitrate. Check. White precipitate formed. White precipitate formed. Sulfate ions, chloride ions, sulfite ions, and carbonate ions are present. If you are told to followed by 3 drops of sulfuric acid, if I add sulfuric acid here 3 drops and it still remains white, then the acid removed carbonate ions and sulfite ions. So what is left in here is sulfate ions and chloride ions. Remember, the acid will always decompose carbonate ions and sulfite ions. Remember to separate your ions using commas, and remember to write your state symbols correctly. That was test for cations. How do you test? How do you differentiate between sulfate ions or sulfite ions? Answer is you simply add an acid like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, or nitric acid. If the white precipitate disappears or white precipitate dissolves, then that one was a carbonate ion or it was sulfite ions. The way you separate sulfate and sulfite ions is by using an acid, any acid, and when the acid decomposes to remove the white precipitate, then that one was sulfite ions. Until next time, good night.